Hello, you are at Insightful Journey, and I am Tuệ An, your companion on the path to finding inner peace. Have you ever looked deeply into your child's eyes and asked yourself, is this child truly happy? Or is the constant question in your mind just, what grade did you get today? Are you top of the class? Are you making me proud? There are children who grow up with every material comfort, yet their souls are covered with scratches. Scratches created by the very love they receive, but a love called expectation. Today, let us sit down together, let go of some of the burdens on our shoulders, to learn to see our children as a radiant universe, not a problem to be solved. Let me tell you about Lan. Lan was a mother who loved her son very much, to the point of extremity. Her son Min is 12 years old this year. Min is a quiet, reserved child, but has very bright and sensitive eyes. Lan wanted Min to pass the entrance exam for the city's specialized math school, because for her, only being good at math and science was the only path to success, to earn respect. Every evening, Min's room light was on until 11 p.m., not for playing, but for solving advanced math problems that Lan collected. One evening, Lan walked into the room and saw Min wasn't doing his homework. The boy was intently drawing something, so absorbed he didn't notice his mother standing behind him. "Oh my God, I spent so much money on extra classes for you, only for you to sit here and draw nonsense?" Lan shouted, snatching the drawing book from Min's hands. In a fit of uncontrolled anger, she tore the picture apart. The sound of the paper ripping, rip, dry and sharp, tore through the stillness of the night. Min didn't cry. He just looked at his mother, his eyes empty. He bent down, picked up the shredded pieces of paper, rolled them into a ball in his palm, and quietly turned back to his desk, opening his math book. His small back hunched, heartbreakingly lonely. That night, Lan couldn't sleep. She walked past her son's room and saw Min had fallen asleep at his desk. She reached out to cover him with a blanket when her hand touched the wastebasket. Out of curiosity, she picked up the torn paper pieces and put them back together. When the pieces were rejoined, Lan froze. It wasn't a random drawing. It was a picture of herself. A mother sitting and sewing, with a gentle smile that she hadn't seen herself smile with for a long time. Beneath the picture was a tiny line of text. "Mom is most beautiful when she is not angry." Lan burst into tears. Her tears blurred the picture. She realized that all along she had loved her child like a jailer, not a mother. She had tried to force a nightingale to learn to swim, just because she thought swimming was the best survival skill. Does Lan's story sound familiar to you? Is there a reflection of yourself in it? The truth is, people suffer not because their children disobey, but because we refuse to accept the truth that the child is an independent being, not an extension of the parental ego. But wait, the scariest part doesn't end there. You wouldn't believe that when you take away your child's right to be themselves, you don't just kill their passion, you sow a toxic seed in their heart, the seed of self-doubt and self-rejection. That child will grow up believing, "I am not good enough. I am only worthy of love when I get a perfect score." And that is the tragedy of an entire lifetime. So what should we do? Let's look deeply into this issue with Tuệ An, from the perspective of applied psychology and Buddhism. In Buddhism, there is a beautiful concept of interdependent origination. Children coming to parents is a great connection. But the Buddha taught us about non-self and respect. Your child is not your property. The poet Khalil Gibran once wrote a beautiful philosophical passage. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. When you force your child to study math when they are gifted in drawing, you are using your ego to impose. Are you afraid your child will suffer? Or are you afraid of losing face with your neighbors? Do you want your child to succeed? Or do you want to satisfy your own long-lost dream from the past? From a psychological perspective, this is called projection. Parents project their fears and ambitions onto the child. When the child fails to meet these, the parents become disappointed and angry. That negative energy transfers to the child, causing anxiety, fear, and gradually losing connection with their own feelings. Imagine your child is a lotus seed. If you keep forcing it to climb a trellis like a Chinese honeysuckle, it will not be able to climb, and it will also not be able to bloom into a fragrant lotus flower. The gardener's, your, task is not to force the lotus seed to become a honeysuckle, but to create the right soil, water, and light for the lotus seed to sprout and bloom in its own way. The peace in parenting comes from the word let go. Letting go here is not giving up or being indifferent. Letting go is releasing control, releasing the pressure to be perfect. Mindful love is observation rather than molding. So how can we apply this to real life today? Tuệ An suggests 3 simple steps, but they require consistent practice every day. Step 1. Practice observation without judgment. Every day, spend 15 minutes watching your child play, study, or talk with them without offering any advice or criticism. If you see them drawing, don't ask, "Can you make money drawing like that?" Ask, "What are you drawing? Why did you choose this color?" Be curious about their world like a tourist, not a judge. Step 2. Separate mom's worries and child's problems. When you feel worried because your child gets a bad grade, stop for 3 seconds, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, am I worried about my child's future, or am I afraid of being judged? When you recognize your own fear, you will stop taking it out on your child. Heal yourself first. Children are happy when parents are peaceful. Step 3. Support instead of imposing. Back to Lan's story. After that night, she bought Min a high-quality set of paints. She still required him to complete his basic schoolwork, but no longer pressured him to take the specialized exam. She spent weekends taking him to art exhibitions. And what was the miracle, you ask? When Min was allowed to draw, his spirits lifted, and he became self-motivated to study math better because he no longer felt suppressed. The result won't come tomorrow, but the smile will return to your child's lips today. That is the greatest success for a parent. Life is impermanent. We cannot live life for our children. We cannot walk their path for them. The most precious gift you can give your child is not a fancy degree or a large inheritance. It is a launching pad of unconditional love and trust. Let your child be themselves. See your child as a mysterious universe waiting to be explored, not a blank page for you to write your ambitions on. When you take a step back, you will see your child shine much brighter than you ever imagined. You were not born to be your child's jailer. You were born to be their companion, the one who waters the seed of their soul so it can sprout fresh and green. If this video has brought you a little peace, please leave a like so Tuệ An knows his effort has been useful to you. Share your story in the comments. What struggle are you facing in connecting with your child? I will read every line and share with you. If you want to delve deeper into the journey of healing and mindful parenting, subscribe to Insightful Journey now. We still have much more to talk about. Remember, I am still here if you need me. Goodbye and see you again.